Melbourne is likely the self-proclaimed gourmet capital of Australia, but this gastronomic paradise is also packed with unique eating experiences. The variety of dining options in this city is a clear example of how Australia's multicultural past has influenced it. With options ranging from Italian to Afghani to Indonesian, as well as everything in between, this city really offers a global culinary experience. That opens up a world of options, but it can also lead to an overwhelming number of choices when it comes to dining in the Garden City. Number 10. Tulon. Perhaps it's the radiant backlighting, or maybe it's an honest sense of hospitality. But what hits you almost right away is the establishment's uncommon sense of affection, which soaks through every aspect of the dinner service that comes after. Chef Koskin Yusel built this restaurant with the goal of reconsidering the Anatolian cuisine in mind. Take the lamb kebab, which is reinvented with an entirely distinct type of crunch and intricacy, or the dolma-style sardine fish, which looks great with sumac liquid. The marble-sized Monty, dipped in a brown sauce made from butter and garlic yogurt, is also not to be missed. Anatolian purists will find this one to be a winner. On the other hand, the tabak gagsu, which consists of chicken with milk pudding, defies tradition in a most delightful way. Number 9. Embla. If you have a few hours to kill before your flight, you should make a stop at Embla, a stylish wine bar with a great selection of small plates. This is the perfect spot for folks with a taste for high-end nibbles and a glass of excitement-filled concoction. This is the place that started the Melbourne wine bar craze. This is not to say that Embla is the first ever of its kind, but the guys behind the establishment, Dave Verhall and Christian McCabe, done a good job of redefining an Australian wine bar. Unlike other places that recommend drinks based on whatever's served on the plate, Embla takes the vice versa approach. Moreover, the food here also puts an emphasis on the use of vegetables, mainly fermented and pickled ones. Number 8. Chancery Lane. This elegant Normanby chamber space has had quite a track record. The dining room, which was once called Vue de Monde, has been remodeled with burnished brass and dark gray hues. In the kitchen, Chef Rob Cabord proves his skills to lead the crew here. Even though Chancery Lane has only been around for a few years, fine diners in this city have made it their favorite spot. The dimly lit restaurant has marble surface areas with a dining space organized around the bar, which is made from marble as well, but green in color. The menu here gives us a good hint that this restaurant leans toward French traditions, especially in terms of skills and sensibility. On its list, you can find fresh seafood and enormous mixed platters, along with smaller dishes such as lamb brains. Number 7. Sarai. This Filipino restaurant is tucked down a CBD laneway, but it still has its own special charm. With its shared tables and stacked shelves of natural wine, Sarai looks like a place that instantly leads you to a fun-filled night. The dining area has an industrial appeal, all while keeping an airy atmosphere. On the wine list, you can find mostly local names, but there are also Italian winemakers thrown on it. Drawing on his Filipino roots, Chef Ross Magne decided to turn lechon into a pork belly platter. Meanwhile, a paddle pop loaded with coconut, jackfruit, and purple yam arrives as his homage to Halo Halo. Number 6. Flower Drum. One of the strongest signs that Flower Drum should be on any list of the greatest restaurants in Melbourne is likely the 3-month wait time for a table. Since 1975, it's been providing unwavering Cantonese fine dining. The room has been decorated with a red carpet and grand floral arrangements positioned at every corner. Regulars say that the place hasn't changed much since it migrated to its Market Lane location in the 80s, nor is its commitment to its particular way of service. Chef Anthony and his son's collaboration has produced classic characteristics. Even though traditional cooking is the norm, there are some dishes that showcase the chef's creativity. For a dish that's both texturally and intensely savory, try the Scotch egg. Number 5. Attica. Some things are sure to amaze you at Attica. The pikelets, accompanied by bunya bunya cream, are covered with green sea lettuce on top. Really, Chef Shrewey's sense of playfulness is at another level in this part of the cuisine world, where conventionality is often the norm. He also shows his ingenuity by using native ingredients sourced from nearby businesses. One example of this on the menu is a beautiful flower-shaped wafer which highlights parfait made from whipped emu liver. Really, this place doesn't need much of an introduction. That act of translation and revelation at Attica is different. Something is different. It's not only deeper, but it also mirrors the ambitions and accomplishments of the crew in its kitchen. In addition to the spot-on service, the drinks list also makes this place extra special. Number 4. Patsy's. A lot of today's vegan restaurants put their faux meats and cheeses under the spotlight, but Patsy's comes with a different approach. It adopts the idea of highlighting the inherent beauty of vegetables, which are purposefully grown in its own facility. Wine is the main driving force of this Melbourne restaurant. The list includes a wide range of regionally produced bottles, and many of the items on the menu are inspired by them. Of course, you should not forget about the evolutionary meatless dishes. Well, evolutionary might not be the best word to use here since Chef Matthew Guthrie has decided to take things back to the basics at this place. Looking at the menu, we can certainly see that his main goal is reminding people about the deliciousness of vegetables. Number 3. Cutler and Company. Cutler and Company has set the scene at the favored Gertrude Street, and it's become the benchmark for fine dining in the area since the year 2009. Over those years, this place has evolved into a restaurant bar club that has its own solid and crystal clear identity. The bar area itself is a counter that goes across marble-top tables against timber joinery in the background. From the seating area, diners can feel the open kitchen's dynamic energy, which adds more action to the dark-hued room. The wine list at this place is pretty extensive, but you can also find 2 pages full of vermouth, cocktails, and aperitifs. There's also 5 signature mixed drinks on the menu, which change seasonally and lean towards clean-edged beverages. Number 2. Manze. Finding decent Mauritian food in Melbourne is not always an easy job, and many of them are clustered around the remote Dandenong area. But we should be thankful because we now have Manze, a cozy restaurant located in the city's northern region. Led by Chef Cynthia, Manze started a few years ago as a pop-up establishment. The number one reason why the Mauritius-born cook created this movement is that he wanted to celebrate Mauritian food, especially the recipes he grew up with. With its seafood-leaning menu, Manze feels just right for any occasion. Many of the dishes are really fragrant. They're vibrant and go exceptionally well with white wine. Speaking of wine, this place has a list that's packed with new and expressive natural bottles. Number 1. Etta. Stepping into Etta will make you feel like you're walking into the house of a good friend who happens to be a wonderfully talented chef. Focusing on the use of local ingredients, this cozy and modern restaurant offers guests wholesome flavors. This space offers you a different kind of homey atmosphere with warmth and intimacy that are at a whole other level. In the kitchen, Chef Rasheen Kaul integrates influences from different parts of Asia and combines them with Australia's modernity. This place is also an ideal place for a night fueled by red wine. Nonetheless, the pink-hued strawberry daiquiri on the menu, which is shaken with rum and lime juice, is just impossible for any sweet cocktail lover to resist. The takeaway. If you have less than a week's worth of time in Melbourne, how do you decide which of the restaurants and eateries here deserve the limited space in your stomach? There are just so many great food options in the city, making it tough for us to make a decision. But don't worry, the list previously shown to you includes the best recommendations for eating in the capital of Victoria. Sure, there are other big cities that creep up the ranks, but Melbourne continues to hold its status as one of the must-visit cities for food lovers and gastronomy enthusiasts. I'm curious to know which restaurant you like the most and why. Leave your choice in the comment section down below. Also, do not miss out on the best hotels this beautiful city has to offer in the video being displayed to you on your screen in the top right corner. See you in the next video.